What's up everyone, welcome back to another video. So we've got Game Week 15 team review and then the Game Week 16 team selection, transfers, captaincy, benching, everything like that. We're going to go through it all, so stay tuned. We've got some exciting things to talk about in here, some potential hot topic players, some potential COVID situations which we need to talk about at Spurs, which is broken that there may be a bit of an outbreak. So the likes of Son, Harry Kane, Reguilon picked up an injury potentially. We'll talk about Spurs a bit later on, but then we'll deep dive into some of the other transfers we're looking at, Bernardo Silva and Bowen, for example. So in terms of how I got on in Game Week 15, I made one free transfer, which was selling Antonio for Watkins. Now, this transfer didn't pay off. Watkins was so unlucky not to get anything, and Antonio got a very lucky assist. Now, it is what it is, but it is quite a painful one to take when you make a transfer that you think is on paper really good. Antonio playing against Chelsea, Watkins playing at home to Leicester, but it didn't quite pay off. In terms of my team, Ramsdale blank in goal along with James and Cancelo. Now Trent got his clean sheet as well as 3 bonus points to put him on 9. Everyone owns this back four pretty much. Ramsdale slightly less, but James, Cancelo, Trent. So it doesn't really do that much for me every week. I'm just quite happy to own them because I still think it's the best defence that you can own in the game at the moment. Ramsdale, unfortunate not to get something. Hasn't kept a clean sheet in quite a while, which is starting to be a little bit of a worry, but I do still think he stands out as one of the best goalkeepers to own at the moment. The other one that you could go with is David De Gea of Manchester United because their fixture run looks great and they look slightly better defensively under new manager Rangnick. But in terms of my midfield and attack, it is better. Salah with a 12-6 double to my captain, Gundogan as a 6. Very sad I didn't have Bernardo Silva. Congratulations to anyone who had Bernardo Silva in their team in Game Week 15. I so nearly went for him, but I went Gundogan instead, and it's not paid off. Gundogan has now played 90 minutes in the Champions League tonight, and Bernardo Silva got a full rest, which is again annoying going into the weekend. Jota 3 and Son with a big 13. Massive return for Son and a massive return of 9 for Wilson, which is what gave me a really strong game week this week. In terms of overall points, it gave me a 60. I benched White and Livramento, so nothing to worry about there, as Arsenal and Southampton both conceded. It was a very late clean sheet wipeout for Southampton, but I was very happy when that Mopai goal went in because I know how highly owned Livramento is. It moved my overall score up to 986, so close to breaking that 1,000 point mark. 630k game week rank, so very happy with that. And given that I had an overall rank of 84k last week, seeing that I got a 30k green arrow up to 54k is very good indeed. Very happy with that. If Ramsdale had kept a clean sheet, I think I was 2 points away from breaking into the top 50k, but we'll leave that for another week. Still very happy with such a green arrow this week, despite not owning Bernardo Silva, for example. So with that in mind, that's how I got on this week, but the most important part and why you are here is talking about my potential transfers for Game Week 16. Just before I do that, I want to do a very quick reminder for my December charity giveaway. Please don't skip to the end just now. Just have 15 seconds to hear what I've got to say. During the month of December, all money that is earned from memberships, stream super chats, giving thanks on videos, or just watching the videos and the ads, all of that goes to a charity called Action for Children in December. I want to say a big thank you to all of those that have joined as a member already so far this month. We have 7 members who have joined. This always runs throughout the year, but tier 1 supporters just get to help the channel, and tier 2 get the premium access to the chat and group chat for all tier 2 members. That includes myself, my team, and I answer and we chat about all our teams throughout the week. So if you do want to join as a member, that is one way that you can support. If not, as I mentioned, you can just keep watching the videos, donate or super chats, all of that, as well as 10p from every subscriber going to charity out of my pocket. So do think about supporting and doing your good deed going into the Christmas period. But let's get into my transfer plans now. So there are 4 key potential transfers out we have, which are Wilson, Livramento, Gundogan and Son. So firstly, Wilson, I've liked owning him, but a really difficult run of fixtures, and I am eyeing up some potential forwards to bring in, and Wilson would be the obvious place to go and sell in order to get those in, because I did bring Watkins into my team this week. Livramento and Southampton look a bit on the ropes now. They have signed Caballero as a sort of aid package goalkeeper because they have a lot of injuries there. I am potentially selling him again because I like some of the options that we could replace him with, but it's probably not an urgent transfer seeing as he sits second on my bench pretty much every week. Gundogan, again, unlikely to be a sell. I would like to move him to Bernardo Silva if I could, if I had the money and if I had a spare free transfer going, but it isn't a sort of pressing transfer. I still think Gundogan is a good option for the coming weeks. And then the final one is Son. So we have heard that there's a potential COVID outbreak for Tottenham and Son included between game week 15 and game week 16. We're yet to have these confirmed, but it is being reported by a lot of sources and a lot of cases, which would mean, of course, that he's likely to miss game week 16 and 17 as well, because it comes in the midweek just after. In terms of their replacements, the 4 players that I'm looking to bring in would be Dalot in defence, so 4.4, a United right back playing very advanced. I don't want to do it yet. I want to keep Livramento for a couple of weeks, see if Dalot is keeping his place, and if that is the case, then I can make the sideways move. Bernardo Silva, as I mentioned, has been on such good form. It's so painful that I didn't go from a few weeks ago. Bowen next. West Ham looked great. Bowen looked so good against Chelsea. Absolutely tore them apart. Goal and assist, and has been returning quite consistently for a fair few weeks now. 6.4 million is a great price for him as well. So a very easy route to downgrade Son to if I want to go and get my final transfer target. That is Cristiano Ronaldo. What a run of fixtures it is now that Manchester United have. Because I've gone Dalot again, the fixture run is so good. Ronaldo is the most likely to start the most games out of all those forwards and is probably the main goal threat. He had more shots in the box in game week 15 under the new manager than the rest of the team combined. So I do think he's the best route to go down if you do want to try and find a way into that Manchester United attack. And if Son is out, it gives me a really easy route in order to do so. So those potential transfers that we just discussed, it would be Wilson, Livramento, Gundogan or Son out, Wilson to Ronaldo, Livramento to Dalot, Gundogan to Bernardo Silva, and then potentially Son down to Bowen if I wanted to do that Wilson up to Cristiano Ronaldo move. As I say, I have 2 free transfers and 1.3 million in the bank. So let's have a look at predicted transfers and my team selection for game week 16. At time of recording, I think I'm going to make 2 free transfers, use both of my free transfers this week and move Wilson and Son. And Son, I think, is likely to be out because of the COVID situation going on at Tottenham. Now, there is a chance that this turns out and they then return negative tests, as did happen earlier in the season, but it seems too big scale for that to be the case. And Wilson, although he plays a Leicester team that are leaking chances this week, is a great route for me to get Ronaldo in and has a difficult run of fixtures from next week as well. So Ronaldo and Bowen, I do have in the right money to go in. Now, at time of recording on Tuesday evening, I have not confirmed the transfer exactly. However, I might make them tonight as well because there is a predicted price rise for both Ronaldo and Bowen tonight. Now, it wouldn't price me out of these moves, but potential moves that I want to make next week, it would price me out. And that is 0.2 I would be earning if I was to make that move tonight. So I might confirm it, but at time of recording, I have not. I'll leave it in the comment section down below if I do confirm it before this video goes live. In terms of how my team is lining up, Ramsdale in goal. Now, Southampton at home. Southampton have struggled in front of goal, not scoring sort of more than 1 goal in a lot of games this season. I am hoping for a bit of a bounce back from Ramsdale given performances in recent weeks. It is a good fixture on paper, so I am hoping for a clean sheet him from Arsenal here. Now, they haven't been as good in recent weeks. I am benching Ben White, but still hopeful for a clean sheet from Ramsdale. In the defence, we start off with Reece James, who has Leicester at home. Now, Chelsea have not been as good in recent weeks. Their defensive shape since Chilwell has gone, since Kante is out, and there are injuries all through that midfield as well. So I am not necessarily expecting such a big performance, but there are injuries in that Leeds team as well. So let's hope that James and Chelsea can bounce back this week. Next up, we add double Manchester City. So we have Cancelo and Gundogan. I am staying firm on Gundogan for another week. If it continues to go that Bernardo Silva continues to score goals, continues to score points, then I may have to look at going Gundogan to Bernardo Silva. But for now, I've got more important things to use my transfers on. Gundogan stays, and so does Cancelo, of course, this week. Next up, we add in triple Liverpool. So Trent, Salah, Jota all in there. It doesn't sound like Firmino is back quite yet going into game week 16. Game week 17 and game week 18, Firmino may be closer, but I'm pretty confident given the minutes, particularly that Jota played, didn't go on the plane with Liverpool to the Champions League in midweek, that these 3 should be ready and available to start in game week 16. And Aston Villa side isn't an easy fixture compared to maybe what they're used to and what they've played in recent weeks. Villa have looked better, but I am still hopeful for some points from these 3 this week. Next up, we add Gallagher in my midfield to sort of almost complete it. One more midfield, of course, which is Bowen, which we'll add in a minute. Everton at home. It is a good fixture. Gallagher is playing deeper, which is a bit of a concern for me. But Everton at home. Everton have looked pretty poor the past few weeks. Yes, they picked up 3 points against Arsenal, but Arsenal did create chances. And I'm hopeful that Gallagher can get something in this game and sort of put an end to the run of blanks that he has shown in recent weeks. So as I mentioned, Bowen is the next player that we add in to complete the midfield. I've spoken about him already. I really like him as a pick, given the upcoming run of fixtures that West Ham have. Burnley this week, they've been okay recently, Burnley, but still conceding a lot of chances. So he completes my 5-man midfield. Up front, we start with Ronaldo. Again, new signing, Norwich away. I want to target that fixture, which is why I think at time of recording, I'm going to bring him in. They have such a nice run of fixtures. Ronaldo is definitely the number one asset to go and buy from an attacking Manchester United point of view. Rashford, Greenwood, Sancho, Bruno Fernandes are all too much of a doubt in terms of minutes and points. I think Ronaldo is the one that I want. And to join him up front, we have Watkins, who is away at Liverpool. But we all know what Aston Villa did against Liverpool last season. We all know what Watkins did against Liverpool last season. They looked good recently. I could start White, but I'm not confident enough on an Arsenal clean sheet. So Watkins is starting. White first sub at home to Southampton. Livramento against Arsenal second on my bench. And then Davies last on my bench. Again, not getting any minutes. So that is how my team is lining up going into game week 16. But let's discuss that all-important captaincy option, because there are a few players that I would consider captaining if it isn't Salah, given the minutes that he did play in the Champions League. So in terms of those captaincy options, I think there are 3. You could add Jota in here as well. Salah and Trent and Jota, of course, the Liverpool guys are on such great form, but I now have to add Ronaldo in there away at Norwich. Now, Norwich did play against Spurs, who then have a COVID outbreak, which means there could be some injuries and COVID doubts going into that Norwich game for them, which means that there could be an even more weakened defence for Ronaldo to play up against. However, Salah's form, again, his ownership, again, comes out trumps for me. Salah is my captain going into game week 16, and Ronaldo is my vice captain. It's as simple as that every week. If there is a week that I think Salah is going to be benched, I may go on Ronaldo, but until that point, Salah remains my captain. So that is all we've got time for. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Any questions about your team, drop it in the comment section down below, and I will make sure to answer it ahead of the game week 16 deadline. If you have enjoyed, of course, as I mentioned in the middle of the video, if you want to support charity, you can either join as a member, donate in the comments, super chat, or just watch all my videos and like and subscribe, because the more it gets shared around, the more views it gets, the more money goes to charity. Of course, 10p for every new subscriber goes to charity as well. So do consider supporting the channel. If I don't see you before game week 16, good luck. But if I do, I will see you all again very soon.